It's not upside down. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not even gonna explain it. But so Sunday I posted a short about how my machine was frozen. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. You've probably seen it. Lots of people seen it. Somebody said something like, "Hey, you put ice cubes in there." No. Somebody else said, "Oh, hot water might help." Yeah, hot water would probably help a little, just a little. See, the problem with this machine, and I'll show you when I get to where I'm going, is when it froze, it wasn't so cold that it froze solid, right? It was so cold that it froze like a shell around all the, like when you put an ice cube tray in the freezer and then you take it out too soon and you can still see the water in the middle and you're like, I got no ice now. It was like that. So I like busted it up a little and got the water, you know, where's it coming from? That's a bummer. Don't like to see that. Anyway, so like I busted it up. So then it was still water in the middle, ice on the outside. So that's the ice you seen inside the reservoir. It's inside that shell. Or it was like the shell that broke up. And that was after I had the heat blasting in my van for like 45 minutes. And all the heat blowing back there trying to thaw it out, hoping it would thaw out my hoses. And that's the other issue. It's like, yeah, I could put hot water in the reservoir. I could, as long as the hose itself isn't frozen to the machine, because sometimes that happens. You know, you could take the hose off, go soak it in a sink with hot water, hook it up and try to blow all the ice out of it. I've done that, you know, but there's more tubing and shit inside the machine. So if there's a big hunk of ice inside the machine that's frozen, it builds up pressure in there, you know, so no water comes out. And if water comes out but the hose is frozen, like the pressure hose you hook to the machine, and there's a big hunk of ice in there, once that pressure builds up, you're not getting the hose apart. So not only do you have no water coming out the end, but now your hose is frozen in there. So it's better to soak those in hot water too. It just takes a long time. But what I get worried about is if it freezes so solid, which thank God it did. Over the last couple of days, it's warmed up. I used my machine yesterday and it was fine. Thank the Lord. But if it freezes, there's a coil inside the machine that the water runs through, and you know there's a burner in there that heats it up. Like I could heat up that water boiling hot to where you can't even hold the hose in your hand because it's so hot, the water going through it. So yeah, I will show you exactly what I mean. You know, but if that coil breaks because the water freezes in there, that's why usually you dump radiator fluid, you know, antifreeze down in that reservoir, pump it through the machine if you know the weather's going to get really super cold. I didn't pay attention. I didn't think it was going to get that cold to freeze. And thank God it didn't freeze enough to break that coil. Because when you got to get that coil replaced, that's $1,500 every time. Every time. I know, because I broke a couple. And it's $1,500 every time I got to get a new one put in. So here, let me show you. I don't want the light to come on. All right. So, yeah, see, look, now there's no water in there because I pumped it all out. So, what we gotta do here. So the water comes in from the garden hose on the back through this pipe here. It comes up into here, and it comes down here, and it fills up the reservoir, and then this float comes up and then stops the water from coming out, or, you know, if you're not using it. Well, from there, it gets pumped down this little hole down at the bottom of the machine, into this hose here, into here, right, into this here, into there, underneath the machine, into this big drum here, right? And down inside there, let's see, there's that coil down there. There's the burner there. The water runs through these coils down in here. And then it comes out here, and it gets hot, right? And there's diesel in there, and that's what it does. Oh, shit, I almost fell down. So, you know, there's your garden hose. That's where the hose goes in. So if this here is frozen, you can't get that apart. But all this in here was froze. See, it's not frozen no more. I can squeeze it. There's no water in there really at all. You know, and if these hoses here get frozen, you're just screwed. It's just a bad day. But, you know, everything worked out good. And it's not a bad day. So I just thought I'd show you guys a little education on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? Yeah. Turn this thing off. So yeah, you guys hope you're having a good week. Sticking in there. No, all that good stuff. So, yeah. I'll see you soon.